Hi there, welcome back to Raising Flick. Week 6, already 6 weeks in. Can't believe how quickly the time has flown. But before we get started, please make sure you like the video, give us a share, leave us some comments below. We really want to hear from you, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So 6 weeks in already. Unbelievable how quickly that time has gone, and the learning curve that we've been on, all of us, from the moment, the second she's put into our arms to then this point is huge. We've learned so much, and you get used to things and you pick up stuff, and it's just, I don't know, it feels like we've learned loads and loads has happened, and it seems like just a blink of an eye time-wise. So what have we learned? What have we picked up along the way? What have we got so far? She was born on a Friday, so her birthday, her weekly birthday is on a Friday, and then on Saturday mornings when we get up, it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock, there's a morning feed, and I'll come downstairs, make a cup of tea, take the tea to bed. We'll go and sit in bed together, the three of us, me, Penny and Flick, and we'll read through the next weekly instalment of this book here. I think everyone should have this book. If you've just got a baby, or you're about to have a baby, or you know someone that's about to have a baby, get them this book. It is so worth it. Your Baby Week by Week, the ultimate guide for caring for your newborn baby, by Dr. Caroline Frettelman and Simon Cave. It's a great guide to get you through each week from 0 to 6 months. So each week you get an overview of what's coming up, and then it will talk to you about what you can expect for sleep, how to get your baby to sleep. It will talk about crying, how much is normal, what kind of crying, can you identify the different types of crying. It'll talk about feeding, how much your baby should be having, if you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding. Talk about nappies, how many nappies you can expect. We'll talk about washing your baby, development and playing, when to see a doctor, and what's happening to mum. And it covers all of those major topics each week, so you can get a good idea. Isn't that right? Yeah. So Felicity decided she needed to lie down. It's all getting a bit too much for her, so she's gone upstairs to bed, and I'll carry on the rest of the video on my own. So as I was saying, we're sitting on the Saturday morning in the bed together, all three of us, reading through this, and we get to this point here. By now your baby's cord stump should have dropped off and healed to an ordinary looking belly button. So me and Penny look at each other. It's not looking like an ordinary belly button. We've got a little nubby stump that's hanging out. It's a little outy belly button at the moment. It's not gone in. What's the matter? But like I said at the beginning, don't worry if things don't happen the week that it says it should happen. So we didn't panic. We were fine. On the Monday, Penny had a visit with the GP. You get a 6-week GP visit. So Penny went to the doctor's and showed her the umbilical cord, that it was still sticking out, and the doctor said that she's actually got umbilical hernia. It does explain on the NHS website more about this, and I had to look up and read it as well. It's completely fine. There is no pain for the baby. It's not uncomfortable. There's nothing. There's no problem with it whatsoever. It just means she's got a little sticky out belly button for now. The doctor said it could last up to 2 years. The NHS website said maybe a year, and then it will disappear, go back to normal. So everything's fine. We're not worried about that at all. Another thing then that Penny spoke to the doctor about, it turns out that both mother and baby have thrush. So you get little white spots on the baby's tongue which indicate this, and it's then a bit more trickier for them to feed. So they've both got creams and gels to use that will get rid of that, and hopefully that will go away in the next couple of weeks. So at the beginning of week 6, it says that we're going to hopefully get our first smile from little Felicity, and this is great news. I can't wait. It's hard to explain. You can see that she's okay and she's fine, and you can tell when she's crying, but there's not much emotion. So without a smile or any other facial expression, you're never really sure what's going through their minds. So to have a little smile on its way sounds fantastic. We both can't wait. We're both egging her on and trying to smile at her. And it turns out it doesn't matter how much you smile at the baby. It's not about that. It will just, it's a natural development that will happen for her as the muscles start to develop in her face to be able to pull a smile. There's also another growth spurt happening in week 6. So that means more feeding, more sleep, and possibly more tiredness from not sleeping when she should be sleeping. So we had Wednesday, Penny's at home with Felicity, and she fed all day, literally all day, feeding. Penny's taking her off, she's sitting, changing her nappy, trying to get her down to sleep, not really going to sleep, feeding her again, changing nappies, all day long this was going on. And then she was okay at night, but she's kind of then overtired, so it's hard to get her down to sleep in the first instance, but it was okay. And then on Thursday, I actually had the day off. So I'm here with baby and she sleeps all day practically. She fed, changed her nappy, she slept. I sat in the lounge with her, she slept all the time, which did make it a little bit harder at night because then she'd slept loads, she didn't want to go to sleep at night. The other thing we wanted to say was that now at this point in week 6, during the night, she is feeding really well and sleeping really well. The sleeps are getting a bit longer in between feeds, and there's something, I'm not sure why, but at night time she feeds without any fuss. Penny's there, takes her, and she just feeds off the breast. No problem at all. During the day, she can sometimes be a bit fussy and kick up a bit of a fuss and make a bit of a scene. I don't know, it's not quite the right expression, but she does create a little bit of fuss with it. Kind of thinking it's to do with the light. So at night, obviously we've got a little night light in the bedroom which Penny will turn on to feed, and they're feeding laying down. During the day, there's more light, it's on the sofa. Penny's holding her in her arms, like a rugby ball sort of thing, you know, the standard breastfeeding position. So, you know, maybe it's the light, maybe it's the position, maybe it's a combination of all these things, but that's what we found. So this week we decided that we would take her in the bath with one of us. So it started off with me. I got in the bath, which means that I can get her in and hold her with both my hands and have a bit more water in there. So she's used to not having much water around her in the bath, but now I can get her up to her shoulders. She really seemed to enjoy the warm water, but like I say, without facial expression, without a smile or something to show that she really enjoys it. It's just a deadpan face, just looking around. Seems okay. But she just seemed really relaxed and chilled out about it. There was all the warm water surrounding her whole body now, except obviously her head well above water, she's fine. And I've got her held tightly with 2 arms. Penny's outside the bath to wash her properly. And one thing we would want to say is make sure you do get in between the creases. We thought we were getting in between all the creases, and I don't know if more creases have turned up, but you can find little bits of stuff in there, and obviously after a while it's going to start to smell and stuff. So just make sure, do your best to get in all these creases. It's so easy, so much easier with 2 of you doing it. So she's in the bath with me, Penny's washing her, then Penny takes her off, dries her, gets her dressed and puts a nappy on and everything like that, and then I can have my bath on my own. So yeah, it was good, it was really nice. So that's about week 6 in a nutshell. As all of the other weeks, it's been great fun to learn and do things. It's been tiring as well as all the other weeks, but starting to get a little bit more sleep, starting to get used to, or maybe I'm just getting used to not having much sleep at all, and now just surviving on what we've got. But we've been lucky, I think. She does tend to sleep fairly well, and everything seems to be going quite nicely for us. So touch wood, it's going to continue that way, and we look forward to seeing you in week 7 with the new video there. There'll be a couple of other product videos that I'll place on the channel as well, of things that we've got and we're going to review. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to pick up on those videos. Please like and share the video as well, and we really want to hear from you. We want to hear your thoughts, your experiences, so please leave us a comment down below as well, and we'll get back to you. Thanks very much for stopping by again. This has been great. We're going to continue our journey with raising Flick.